Next up, the Mastiff Majesty, the Bull Mastiff. When the Thompson family inherited a large rural property, they had a unique challenge: how to protect 10 acres of land and a house a quarter mile from any neighbor. The answer came in the form of Duke, a bull mastiff whose size alone was enough to stop you in your tracks. Bull mastiffs were bred in 19th century England by gamekeepers. They needed a dog that could track poachers, pin them down without hurting them, and just hold them there until help arrived. This created a breed with incredible size. Duke weighed 120 pounds, surprising speed, and most importantly, natural restraint. Duke's presence completely transformed the Thompson property. His deep, rumbling bark was like an audible fence around entire acreage. But what really amazed the family was how gentle he was with their young daughter, Sophie. Despite his intimidating looks, Duke seemed to know she needed special care. He'd lie down to make himself smaller when she came near, let her use him as a pillow during picnics, and even learn to walk carefully beside her bicycle, matching her speed perfectly. His protective instinct kicked in one evening when a black bear wandered onto the property. Duke didn't foolishly charge the bear. Instead, he positioned himself between the house and the animal, barking steadily until the bear decided to find an easier meal somewhere else. His courage was balanced with intelligence, keeping both him and his family safe. Bull mastiffs don't need a ton of exercise, which makes them great for families who want a guard dog but aren't marathon runners. But they absolutely need training, especially as puppies. A 120-pound dog without manners is a problem, not a protector. The Thompsons invested in professional training, and the result was a dog who could tell the difference between a welcome guest and a potential threat, and who treated their daughter like his most precious treasure. Number 7. The Belgian Protector, the Belgian Malinois. At a horse ranch where valuable animals needed constant protection, the Martinez family needed a guard dog with endless energy, intelligence, and an intense work ethic. They found all three in Luna, a Belgian Malinois whose drive and focus seemed almost supernatural. Belgian Malinois are often mistaken for German Shepherds, but they're a distinct breed with even higher energy and an almost obsessive dedication to their job. Luna was a lean 60 pounds, but every ounce was pure muscle and focused intensity. From day one, Luna treated the ranch as her responsibility. She learned the property boundaries in just a few days, memorized the daily routines of all the animals, and could spot anything out of the ordinary with uncanny accuracy. When a horse showed signs of colic in the middle of the night, it was Luna's persistent barking at the stable door that alerted the family to the emergency. With the Martinez children, Luna had to learn restraint. Belgian Malinois have such a high prey drive that playtime can get too intense without proper training. The family worked with a professional trainer, and Luna learned to soften her behavior around the kids while staying protective. The breed's intelligence is both a gift and a challenge. Luna learned new commands almost instantly, but would get bored without mental stimulation. The family kept her engaged with puzzle toys, regular training sessions, and plenty of work around the ranch. When coyotes threatened the property, Luna became a force of nature. Her speed up to 30 miles per hour and her fearlessness were an effective deterrent. She never had to fight. Her presence alone was enough. Belgian Malinois require experienced owners who can provide tons of exercise and mental stimulation. They're not for first-time dog owners. But for the Martinez ranch, Luna was perfect, a tireless guardian who took her job very, very seriously. At number 8, we have the giant guardian, the Great Dane. The Anderson family lived in a beautiful home but dealt with frequent package thefts and attempted break-ins. They wanted a guard dog whose appearance alone would scare off criminals. They found their solution in Apollo, a Great Dane whose head reached Mrs. Anderson's chest when he stood on all fours. Great Danes are the gentle giants of the dog world, but their size makes them exceptional deterrents. Apollo weighed 160 pounds and stood 32 inches at the shoulder. When he stood on his hind legs to greet Mr. Anderson after work, he was over 6 feet tall. The breed was originally used to guard estates and hunt large game, so they have both protective instincts and the power to back them up. But what surprised the Andersons was Apollo's gentle, almost goofy personality. With their young kids, Apollo was incredibly patient. He let them climb on him like a jungle gym and even learned to play hide and seek, adorably trying to squeeze his massive body behind furniture. But when there was suspicious activity nearby, Apollo transformed. His deep, resonant bark was usually enough to send intruders running. The few who didn't back off immediately were faced with the sight of a dog whose head was larger than their own, which usually made them rethink their life choices. One night, a burglar tried to break into their garage. Apollo, sleeping in the kitchen, heard the noise and went to investigate. The burglar, who later told police he saw a small horse with teeth, fled so quickly he left his tools behind. Great Danes do have shorter lifespans, typically 7 to 10 years, and can have health issues. The Andersons knew their time with Apollo was precious and made every day count. His protection wasn't just about his size. His presence turned their house from a target into a fortress. Coming in at number 9, the mountain guardian, the King Corso. In a neighborhood recovering from a crime wave, the Jackson family wanted a guard dog with serious protective instincts. After a lot of research, they discovered the King Corso, an ancient Italian breed whose name roughly translates to bodyguard dog. They brought home Titan, a blue-gray puppy who would grow to be 110 pounds of solid muscle. From the start, the Jacksons worked with professional trainers. They knew a dog this powerful needed expert guidance. King Corsos descend from Roman war dogs and have guarded Italian farms for centuries. Titan embodied this heritage. His territorial instincts were powerful and needed careful management. The Jacksons set clear boundaries, consistent rules, and made sure he was socialized extensively as a puppy. The results were incredible. Titan became intensely bonded to the family, treating them with gentle devotion while being an intimidating presence to outsiders. His massive head, powerful jaw, and alert expression clearly said this was not a dog to mess with. With the Jackson children, Titan was surprisingly gentle. He seemed to understand his own strength and moved carefully around them. But his protective instinct was always on. He would position himself between the kids and strangers and slip near their bedrooms each night. When someone tried to steal their car one evening, Titan's response was swift and decisive. His barking brought the family to the windows, and the sight of a 110-pound King Corso charging down the driveway sent the thieves running. King Corsos need experienced owners who understand dominant breeds. They're not for beginners. But for the Jacksons, who invested the time in training and socialization, Titan became the ultimate family protector. And finally, at number 10, the loyal companion, the Akita. Our last story takes us to the mountains, where the Tanaka family wanted a dog that could handle harsh winters, protect their home, and honor their Japanese heritage. They found all this and more in Yuki, an Akita whose thick coat and dignified presence reflected centuries of breeding. She followed them everywhere, sat near them during meals, and slept outside their bedroom doors each night. Akitas have strong territorial instincts, and Yuki patrolled the property like a military guard. When a mountain lion was spotted in the area, her presence and occasional barking seemed to keep dangerous wildlife away. One winter, when the youngest child wandered too far from home during a snowstorm, it was Yuki who found him and led the family to his location, her thick coat protecting her from the brutal cold. Akitas require patient training and owners who understand their independent nature. They won't always aim to please you just because you asked. But for the Tanakas, who respected Yuki's dignified nature, she became the perfect guardian, a living connection to their heritage, and a devoted protector of their family. 10 families, 10 breeds, and one common thread, the profound bond between humans and the dogs who guard them. These stories show us that guard dogs are more than just furry security systems. They're family members with the courage and loyalty to stand between their loved ones and danger. Choosing a guard dog requires careful thought. Each breed has unique needs and temperaments. The German Shepherd's versatility, the Rottweiler's strength, the Doberman's intelligence each offers something different. But they all share one quality: when properly trained, socialized, and loved, they become more than protectors. They become family. In a world of electronic security, these 10 families discovered an ancient truth. Sometimes the best protection comes with 4 paws, a loyal heart, and eyes that never stop watching over those they love. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you in the next one.